men are dead following a three-vehicle collision on the New Forest Main Road in Manchester this morning. Police have identified the deceased as Meldon Nibbs, a resident of Plowden, Manchester, and Philip Bihari, a resident of Duffhouse, Manchester. According to police reports, the crash happened at approximately 7:20 a.m. when a vehicle, while overtaking a Toyota RAV4, collided with a motorcycle on which Nibbs and Bihari were traveling. The two men sustained injuries in the collision and were taken to hospital, where they were pronounced dead on arrival. The 21-year-old female driver of the Honda was also injured and has been admitted to hospital for treatment. The Alligator Pond police are investigating. Road crashes since the start of the year are continuing to climb. Vice Chairman of the National Road Safety Council, Dr. Lucien Jones, says the demerit point system is just weeks away, but stronger enforcement and urgent action are needed to bring speeding under control.
The reality is that we have another 6 weeks to go before the long-awaited functional demerit point system is scheduled to be rolled out come October 1, as promised. And so far, no timeline for the addition of the well-needed surveillance cameras to assist in ensuring safe speeds on our roads. The failure to control excessive speeding is the #1 reason why people continue to die needlessly on our roads. And therefore, this issue needs urgent attention and strong advocacy from every sector of the society, and not just road safety practitioners alone.
Residents of Morningside, Red Bank and Rose Hall in southeast St. Elizabeth staged a demonstration this morning over the poor condition of roads in their communities. The residents blocked the main road from Cheapside to St. Mary's, forcing motorists to take longer routes to and from the affected areas. The protesters are calling for urgent road repairs, saying the deteriorating road conditions are creating serious challenges for residents and motorists.
Let them give you a fix up, see? Then go come up in with backside with concrete, with Barber Green. Then go chair with Barber Green. Now the people of Morningside, the Red Bank and the diaspora, they will come with pedal with concrete. We don't want no concrete. They say for that China man, don't come.
Who is Pele?
We don't want no Pele.
Who is Pele?
We don't know him neither. We don't want no Pele. China man don't want to fix it. Come with your bald hat and your small eye as a goober.
A lifeline to babies and infants. That's how a consultant pediatrician at the Falmouth Hospital in Trelawney describes an expected $25 million donation of life-saving equipment for critically ill babies on the pediatric ward. Krista Campbell reports.
Almost 10 months since Category 5 Hurricane Melissa leveled parts of the Falmouth Public General Hospital in Trelawney, outside scars have healed. But internally, consultant pediatrician Dr. Kerry-Ann Mackenzie describes a daily fight for survival for her young patients and medical personnel alike.
We lost everything. Every incubator, every monitor, every bed except one. Our department, where we fight every single day for the lives of our smallest and our future leaders of our country, was devastated.
90% of the hospital's roofing was damaged, leaving patients and staff exposed to the elements and figuring out ingenious ways to weather their new reality.
Currently now, our pediatric unit is one single bed in the accident and emergency department at our hospital. We're currently still awaiting to go back into our space. However, we still admit patients, and we still have a functioning maternity unit where babies are delivered every day. And we have to fight to keep them alive, get them transferred if we do not have the space.
But she says pediatric staff have been working longer hours to get the most out of the little resources they now have.
Every day, my team shows up. Nurses who lost everything. Doctors who are exhausted beyond words, myself included. And we smile with the mothers and say, Mom, we got you. We hear their experiences too, where they lost everything at their homes, yet still they have to show up for their children.
Hospitals in other parishes have also chipped in.
St. Anne's Bay has been very helpful to us in terms of accepting transfers because we really did not have the capacity when we always wanted it. St. James, even though they were affected, would help us out as well.
But Dr. Mackenzie says the hospital's needs seem to have been overlooked until Sandals Foundation stepped in. 4 years since starting a 4-day endurance fundraising event to help with pediatric care in the Caribbean, the initiative is finally being hosted in Jamaica this year from October 2 to 5. And Sandals Foundation is expecting to surpass its annual target of raising £100,000 or 21.3 million Jamaican dollars. 30 UK citizens and 15 Jamaicans are expected to take part in this year's staging.
So the individuals go and they get people to support them because it's really an endurance test. It's not an easy challenge. So you see it's a small amount of people from the UK. We're also inviting some locals to be part of it for the Trelawney aspect.
It's more of an endurance experience, which is a growing sport across, Caribbean islands. Especially where you have mountainous regions like the Pitons, like the Newcastle and the Blue Mountains. So for us in Jamaica, it was a natural fit to use the ocean, to use the road, and to use the mountains to really expose the best and to give them a big challenge, because it really is about a mental and physical challenge more than it is about a run.
Krista Campbell, TVJ News.
Thank you, Krista. It's time for a break. Stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. It's now time for the Business Minute.
Radio Jamaica has announced a further delay in the release of its first quarter unaudited financial statements following a recent cyber incident that disrupted access to critical company data. In a notice to shareholders dated August 11, the company said the incident impaired its systems and prevented the timely completion and verification of its financial reports. Radio Jamaica says its systems have now been restored and the integrity of its databases confirmed, allowing the company to proceed with preparing the first quarter financial statements. The company says the unaudited results for the quarter will now be published by September 15, 2026. Further afield, TikTok is the latest company to demand workers return to the office. 3 staffers told Business Insider most workers have to be there 5 days a week starting next month. Right now, employees are generally allowed to work remotely at least 1 day a week, but it depends which division you work for. Employees at the TikTok shop have been back in office every day for more than a year. There's really no consensus on back to office mandates. The most common conclusion objective studies have reached is a hybrid model of 2 or 3 days in the office is generally the best. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Prince Moore.
Thank you, Prince. And let's see what's coming up in the health report at 7 this evening. In this evening's health report, we'll look at heat stroke.
They should not be in the heat environment for more than 10 to 15 minutes at a time without withdrawing themselves from same. It's also important to note that heat stroke can happen indoors. You will see that the temperature rose in places like London, where these individuals are not normally equipped to endure these high temperatures indoors because of how their houses are constructed. And so global warming is extremely critical, and it's happening more commonly now. and individuals need to be aware.
That's the health report in Primetime News at 7. And now for today's healthy living tip. Drink plenty of water, wear light, loose clothing, stay in cool places, and avoid too much heat. And we now have the top stories from around the world.
In the region, Trinidad and Tobago was shaken by a 5.1 magnitude earthquake early Wednesday morning. The Seismic Research Center at the University of the West Indies says the quake struck at 4:14 a.m. local time at a depth of 75 kilometers. There were no immediate reports of injuries or damage. The tremor was felt in parts of Trinidad and Tobago and in nearby Venezuela, where thousands have died following devastating twin earthquakes in late June. And on the international scene, Colombia's president has toured areas devastated by Monday's massive earthquake as rescue efforts continue and the death toll now at 200. The government has declared a national disaster with soldiers deployed to the hardest hit areas. Emergency crews and volunteers are searching for survivors using specialized rescue dogs. Video shows an infant being pulled alive from the rubble of an apartment building. Aid groups and world leaders are also rallying to provide critical assistance. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Leah Bryant.
Thank you, Alia. We head to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your midday sports report.